All right, we back at it. We back at it. Make sure everybody can hear good. All right. Yep, we back at it. All right. Con out of one con is sir, yes, sir. So let's use it in a sentence like we was doing before. Brother may say, Shalom. Would you like a drink? Say, con out of one con. Yes, sir, yes, sir. That brother's above you in rank. There's always a rank amongst the nation. So either he's your same rank or he's your rank, or he's above your rank or below. If he's the same rank, you can say, Khan, yes, I would like a drink. If he's above your rank, you say, Khan out of one Khan, which is sir, yes, sir. So he says, hey, Khan, he says, Shalom, which is peace, brother. Would you like a drink? Say, Khan out of one Khan. The water, which means, sir, yes, sir. Thank you. And he says, Ayunda bar, no sweat. You're welcome, which means Ayunda bar. And you go, Salakia, Adawan, which means, excuse me, Adawan. Salakia, Adawan, can I have another drink? And then the Adawan may say, Khan, and give you another drink. That's how you say. That's a conversation. That's a Hebrew sentence right there. That's Israelite school UPK right there. You hear that all day, and you hear Israelite school UPK. All right. Count one con. See what else we got going on. So on the basics, getting the basics together. Another good one that's powerful. Shemai. 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 Which means to listen. 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 You might hear that at a UPK function. Shemai. 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 It's like it's not Shemai, it's Shemai. Shemai. So right there. All right. Shemai, which means listen. So brother might be distracted talking to somebody else. Brother want to get a hold of him. He may say, or we really want to use it like person to person. It'd be like if they're trying to speak to everybody in the crowd, but he want to make an announcement. If the crowd is talking, he'd say, Shemai, 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 which means listen, 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 hear. Shemai, Shemai. He might say, Shemai, Shemai. Okay? Then he might talk to the brother. Shalom, would you like a drink? Khan, the water. And he says, Ayunda bar. He said, can I have another Baba Shop? He said, Salakia, we out. He said, okay, the water. All right. Shemai, which means listen. You might hear that a lot. Now, let's get into some heavy words, some deeper words. Yeah, we in the game. We in the game. We in the game. All right. Okay. We in the game. Let's get another word. All right. Shamar. Let's get shamar. You'll hear this word a lot. Shamar. Shamar. Which means to guard or watch. Guard, watch. Guard, watch. Okay? Shamar. 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 So, brother might come, he might say, Shemai, listen, hold Shamar till I get back. Then the brother might say back, Khan of the one Khan, sir, yes, sir. Then the brother would say, the water. Then the brother say back, a yonder bar. What just happened was he said, Shemai, listen real quick. Hold Shamar till I get back, which means hold guard or post or watch, hold it down until I get back. Which means basically like you in charge till he gets back. You're in charge of security, of making sure everybody's safe and watching for any threats till he gets back. Then you said back to him, sir, yes, sir, kind of one kind. Then he said the water, which was thank you. You said the underbar, no sweat, don't sweat it, say less. Hebrew. All right. He's saying a lot with a little, okay, in Hebrew. Some sentences they just said, you know, they said a whole bunch of babbling and only said one word. In the Hebrew, you saying a little bit that means a lot. Okay? So it's all about your tone and context. All right, it's all about context and tone and inflection and sound of your voice. All right, and cadence and all of that, and breadth and girth of how you speaking it. You know what I mean? If I say Shemai, that's a harder listen. If I say, hey, Shemai, that's more like, hey, hear me out real quick. Okay. All right. Shamar, which means guard or watch, protect. Okay. Oh, how did I miss this word? Tawab. 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 Which means good. Good. Good or is pleasant or pleasing. Good. All right. Spell ta wa ba. Tawab. 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 All right. So using a sentence, brother may say, "Hey Shemai, can you or he might say, Shemai, how was that drink I gave you?" No, not say he won't say Shemai. Listen, he'll say, "Hey Salakia, which is like, excuse me, Salakia, how was that drink I gave you?" Your brother say, "That drink was Tawab. That drink was Tawab," which means that drink was good. Or he might just say Tawab. So you say, hey, Shalom, how was the drink? He'll say, Tawab. Okay? Tawab. All right? Tawab, which means it was good. Tawab means good. It was Tawab, which means it was good. Lord looked on the earth and saying that it was Tawab. Means he looked on the earth and said, this is good. All right, here's another good word. Kahan. 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 Which means priest. Which is what I am. I am a priest. I'm a Kahan. I'm an Israelite priest. I'm a Kahan. I pray over your funeral. I pray over your deathbed. Marry you. All of that. In Hebrew Israelite culture. We official. Okay? So we got rights to do all that. Because we are Kahan. I forgot to add what means many. All right? Kahan, priest. Now, when I say we are priests, which means many priests, all you got to do is add yam to the end. So it would be like this. Kahanyam. Y-A-M in the masculine. All you got to add is Y-A-M in the masculine. So I say, yeah, we are Kahanyam. We are priests. Okay? We are priests. Kahanyam. You spell Kahan. Ka. Ha. Hell's a ha. Ha. Na. Kahan. 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 So how you use that in a sentence? You say, brother might say, Shalom, Ak, you Tawab. So, and then the brother may say, Khan. Brother may say, Khan. Kahan. Khan, Kahan. No, he wouldn't say that. But he could say it like that, like Khan, like yes, priest. You understand? Like he's calling him a priest. Like Khan, Kahan. You know what I mean? So Kahan is priest. Okay? Priest. Or another way to say it, they say, hey, is that Tawab? He says, is that brother Tawab? Or he might say, is this brother Tawab? Let's say he's on Shamar, he's on guard, and he asks somebody else, is this Tawab? And he say, you know, Khan, Tawab Kahan. Yes, that's a good priest. You know what I mean? Yes, that priest good. So to say, yes, that priest is good, all you say is Khan, Kahan, Tawab. Which means, yes, priest, good. Yes, priest, good. In Hebrew, that's how we talk. We don't say, yes, that priest is good. It's just, yes, priest, good. Or, no, priest, good. She's Laha, Kahan, Tawab. You know what I mean? Or they would just say La. Okay? So Kahan is priest. Kahan. Let's get what's next. I lose track of time. All right, we'll sign Christ. All right. Let's get another good word. Hold on one second. Let me reshare the class because it did stop a second ago. Let me reshare it on one of the Facebook pages. So yeah, Kahan is priest. All right. Kahan. All right, give me 1 second. Yeah, Kahan is priest. All right. Here we go. Now, let's get another word. All right. All right, let's get the word righteous. Tazadak. 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 Righteous. I think righteous one S at the end. Righteous. Tazadak. Tazah. Tazah. Da. And the qua. Tazadak. 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 That's righteous. All right. This really don't use this word that much in every day. You understand? It ain't like a please and thank you word that's used common. But you may hear it. You understand? Let's say if you connect that with the last word, priest. Tazadak Kahan. You understand? Tazadak Kahan. Okay. Now that means righteous priest. Now I'm gonna throw a twist on it that I ain't really teach yet, but you can learn a little something. If you want to say if you want to say he is a righteous priest, let me double check the. You got to say two things. All right. So if you want to say he is a righteous priest, you would say you would just add a yah in front of righteous in the beginning of righteous. So in the Hebrew, just if you add a something to a suffix or a prefix to make it like he, she, our, you know what I mean? So let's say you wanted to say he righteous priest. You know what I mean? You wouldn't really necessarily have to say he is a righteous priest. You would just say he righteous priest. He righteous priest. You understand? That's how we talk, like the Gadites talk. You know what I mean? He righteous priest. You know what I mean? He lying tongue. You understand? So you would put it would be like this. Yah Tazadak Kahan. Yah, which is he, righteous, Tazadak, Kahan, priest. So some may say, so let's say you have it's in a conversation. Somebody may say, Yah Tawab, which means they say that's a question. Yah Tawab. Say if I point to him or I'm talking about another person there. Yah Tawab, I'm saying he right? Is he good? Is he good? Tawab is good. So I'm saying he good. Or I can say you good. You know what I mean? But I'm saying he, which is Yah Tawab. If I want to say you, it's if I want to say you good, like you good, I say hold on. I don't got that right now. Oh, there it goes. The thumb. A thumb is you. So I say a thumb to Wab. You know what I'm saying? Or let's say I'm saying he to Wab. I'm asking the question. There's three brothers here. One brother is asking the second brother about the third brother. He'd say Ya to Wab, but he through the voice he would show that he's talking about this brother. You understand? Same way you do in English. You know what I mean? If there's three people, you would look at the one you're talking about, or point to the one you're talking about. Like Ya Tawab, Ya Tawab, Ya Tawab, Ya Tawab, Ya Tawab. This means he good. And then the second brother may say, Ya Tazadak Kahan. He righteous priest. Ya Tazadak Kahan. He righteous priest. Then the other brother may say, Khan. Khan. You know what I mean? Khan. You know what I mean? He might say Khan, like, okay, I agree with you. You know what I mean? I agree with you. Khan. If it's a rank system, if it's a ranking through in that situation, it say Khan Arwan Khan. Yes, sir, I agree with you. You know what I mean? So the brother asked, Yatawab, Yatawab, Yatazadak Kahan. Yatazadak Kahan. He righteous priest. All right. Boy, I wish I could speak Hebrew all damn day, boy. That shit's so sweet. So much simpler, so more masculine, yeah, than English. Okay. Let's get the next set of words. All right, the next word is truth. Amath. Amath. It's one of my homies' name. One of my main man's. His name is Debar Amath. Amath. Amath means truth. Truth. Amath. You spell that? A, ma, tha. A moth. A moth. Truth. You know what I mean? So, a moth is truth. Let's add another word in there so we can make a sentence out of it. Debar. Debar is speak or word. Word. Word is debar. Word. So, try to throw those in a sentence. Let's say similar to the last conversation. It's three brothers. One may say, uh, one may talk about one brother may talk about another brother and say, Ya Debar Amath. Ya Debar Amath. He speaks truth. He speak truth. He speak truth. Truth. So let's write in the sentence. Ya, like I said, you put that ya in front of any word, and it becomes he. All right. Ya. Ya. Debar. He speaks. Ya Debar Amath. Amath. He speaks truth. You don't need he speaks the truth. It's just he speaks truth. Sometimes there's does around. There's the word the exists in Hebrew, but for the most part, it's not used the same way as English. All right. Yadabar Amath. Yadabar Amath. He speaks truth. Which the Bar Amath is a brother in the school in Chicago. His name means speaker of the truth. You know what I mean? Speaks truth. That's what his name is. Speaks truth. That's why when you look at chiefs, a lot of their names was like Wildcat or Running Bear or some like adjective. You see what I'm saying? Their name was like an adjective. An adjective is like an action word. No, a verb. Their names is like verbs, which are like and adjectives, which is like describing words and action words. You know what I mean? His name is Sitting Bull. Sitting is the verb. Sitting Bull. His name is Speak Truth. Speak Truth. Debar Ma. And you want to say he speaks truth, like somebody over here speaks truth, you would say Ya Debar Ma. Ya Debar Ma. Ya Debar Ma. So go back to that same scenario. Brother may ask, Ya Tawa? The second brother is three brothers. One brother said to two brother, Ya Tawa? Ya Tawa? Is he good? Then the second brother may say, Ya Tazadak Kahan. He righteous priest. So and then he'd say, Ya Debar Ma. All right. Now, if the first brother wanted to be like a question, like, does he speak truth? He ain't say, Ya Debar Ma in the question form. Then the second brother would say, Ya Debar Ma. Ya Tazadak Kahan. He speak truth. He righteous priest. All right. That's how you say it. All right. All right. Let's see what else we got. If you got any questions, type them in. Barely see them, but hey, check them out. So, all right. Now we got, let's get another word. All right. Give me 1 second. There we go. And Tazadak also means justice and all right and righteousness. You know what I mean? So he's, a just priest. They'll say Ya Tazadak Kahan. He just priest. He basically saying in English, he is a just priest. He is just. He's not a liar. He's not a con artist. All right? He's not a thief. All right? I got this next word is pulled from water. I don't know if I want to use that one. All right, we're going to get this next word, karath. Karath. Karath, which means to cut or to break. To cut or to break. Karath. All right. There's a brother named Karathia over there in England, in the UK, United Kingdom, England, Britain, whatever the hell. I don't know what all that is to me. It's all a whole bunch of just, to me, it's just England or Britain. I don't know. United Kingdom is all of them or something, I guess. It rolled into one. So let me see what with the ya at the end. Karathia. All right. Ya at the, oh, that's ka. All right. Karathia, I believe, means executioner. All right. That's just adding the ya at the end of karath. You know what I mean? Which technically would be like um, my cutter, or my breaker, which is executioner. So the brother in the UK, karath means to cut or break. So let's say we got the meat, we get ready to feast and eat. And I come to the brother who got the knife and say, karath, cut the food, cut the cake, cut the turkey, cut the chicken. You know what I mean? Cut it up, slice it up. Karath. Karath, which means cut, break it down. You know what I mean? Cut it. Now, I want to say Karathia, which is the brother's name. The ya, instead of the ya being at the beginning, the ya is at the end, which makes it different than if ya was at the beginning, it would be he cuts. But since the ya is at the end, it means my cut. So this means my when it's at the end of a word, of a root word. This means cutter or cut. But here's, in this sense, altogether, karathia, which is my cutter, means the executioner. He's my cutter, which means he executes you. He cut for me. And that is an executioner, when he's somebody who cuts for somebody. All right, that's an executioner. That's why it means, his name means executioner. Because as you know, an executioner, he don't have no qualms with the brother, but he works for somebody who's sentenced this man to death. So he comes out with his axe or sword or weapon of choice, and he cuts that person's head off. He is my cutter. He is my executioner. Karathia out there in UK. Let's see how you spell it. Ka, Ra, Tha, and Ya. Karathia. Ka, Ra, Ya. Karathia. Karathia. I know we didn't go over the Hebrew, but you had to get earlier lessons or later lessons to get the actual words and the letters in the Hebrew, what they mean. Karathia. So, my executioner, Karathia. My cutter, my breaker. All right. Which translate to the executioner. All right. Now, in context, you can use Karathia not to mean executioner, just depending on the context. All right. Depending on the context. So, somebody might say, he's my cutter, but you work at the sawmill. So all you do is cut the saws or cut the wood. So you're not an executioner because you're not killing nobody, you cutting their head off, you cutting wood. But in the context of what's the context means what it's gonna mean. Know what I mean? So he says, oh, these are Karathium, or he's my Karathia. But you work at, he's talking about wood. So he cutting the wood. Be my cutter to cut the wood for me. But if you're talking about chopping heads off, the Karathia for that is execution. What it terms in English, but it's the same word. Just depending on the context, how you use it. That's how Hebrew works. All right. So how would that be used in a sentence? So let's say we in the kingdom. Christ returned, destroyed this kingdom, destroyed America, Babylon, and we judging the heathen. And the heathen comes, he done a crime. He's caught selling pork and eating pork. So the judge, the Kahan, the priest, may give a righteous judgment, Tazadak. You know what I mean? I didn't go over judgment. So he might be righteous, Tazadak, and give a righteous judgment for this heathen. And he might say, you know, Karathia. Karathia, my cutter. You know what I mean? My executioner. Execute him. Or he might say Karath. Cut. Execute. Kill him. Yeah, I mean, that's one way of saying kill. Karath. Because it's in that context. There's a word for kill, and there's a word for death, and there's words for that. You can use any of them words. Mawat is death. So he can say Mawat means death to him. Or he can say Karath, which means cut him off with his head. Karath. Karathia. My executioner. My cutter, cut his head off. You understand? Off with his head. Karath. All right? Or he may say, bring the Karathia. Bring the executioner. You know what I'm saying? So that will be the Tazadak judgment, the righteous judgment by the Kahan, by the priest. Oh, I already erased it. All right, let's get it in. Show you what it's all about. Hebrew. All right, Karath. Aquaz says officer keep promise. All right, I ain't gonna use that one. All right, we got another one. All right. Let's use the word. I got two words to choose from, but I'm gonna use one that's probably more be used. Ibad. Ibad. You see this word a lot in the Hebrew. Ibad. Ibad, which means servant or work. Servant. Not spell servant, right? Servant with an E. Or work. Servant or work. Ibad. Okay? There's a brother in the school named Ibadia. All right, Ibadia, which you should know from previous, with a ya at the end, which means my servant. My servant. And that's talking about the Lord, because he's Kahan. He's the Lord's servant. Ibadia. I think if you add a ha at the end, a h at the end, and then that becomes the Lord's servant. Something like that. Something similar like that, but don't take me on that. But yeah, Ibadia, my servant. If I say Ya Ibad, it means he serves. But here we use it as Ibadia. Not that, just Ibad. Let me do it in the Hebrew. I, which is a circle. A Ba, which is that right there. Ibad, and a Da, which is a triangle. Ibad. Ibad. You see that on the hieroglyphs in ancient Egypt or wherever, or on the tablets or wherever? That's talking about a servant. Servant. We were servants in ancient Egypt. We were Ibad in ancient Egypt. We were Ibad Yum, which means servants. Yum at the end means multiple. We were Ibadim in ancient Egypt. How you say that whole sentence in Hebrew? Ibadim Nawa. I ain't show you Nawa. Nawa means hour. Hour. Double check, make sure it ain't confusing it with we. Yep. We. Yep. We is Nawa. All right. We or our. Yep. Our. So we were servants, and we were servants in Egypt. How would you say that? This is not all. This is going a little farther than what I taught so far. We would say, Ibadim Nawa Matazaria. We were servants in Egypt. All right, I'm gonna break that one down, that sentence down real quick. Like I said, we want to use it in a sentence. That's how we use it. But a lot of these words we don't use like every day. Like, when we just kicking it with the brothers, it ain't like please and thank you and excuse me and pardon me and nothing like that. These words you don't really use just every other sentence, or during a lot easily. So, Ibad, which is servants. Yum, it's like Ibad is servant. Yum means with an S, plural. Ibadim, servants. Ibadim Nawa. Nawa means we or our. Ibadim Nawa Matazarium. I need to write that smaller. It took up too much space. So as you see, this is formulating sentences by connecting the words and putting endings on them and things like that. Ibad, Yum, Nawa, Matazarian. Okay? That's right. Matazarian. All right. Ibad is servant or worker or work. Servant, work. Yum means S. We were servants. And this is we. And then this is Egypt. I think I'm missing the past tense. Hold on one second. I gotta add the past tense to it to make it really. Because that says we serve in Egypt. We serve Egypt. Like present tense. But we want to say past tense. So we served. It's over. We already did it. Okay, tha. You add a tha at the end. Damn, I gotta make it even bigger or even smaller. You would add a tha at the end. Here we go. Let's do it again. And if you don't know, Matazarium is Egypt. That's how you say Egypt. Matazarium. Okay. All right. So you got ibad. Okay, that's the root word. That's how it started. Work. So ibad is how the sentence starts. Work. Now, if you add a tha at the end of ibad, makes it past tense. All right. So now instead of servant or work, it's worked or served, past tense. All right. That means that was past tense. We did it in the past. Ibad is work. Ibadta is we worked. We did it already. All right. Now ibadta. Then you add a yum, which is us. We. I mean, yum is multiple servants. Multiple servants. So multiple servants worked in the past. Ibadayum, and then nawa. See how it then became a whole word sentence now. And then matazarium. Matazarium. Okay? And there's no in Egypt. It's just we worked Egypt. We worked Egypt. We served Egypt. You know what I mean? It's implied that it's in Egypt. You understand? It's implied that we worked in Egypt. When you just say in Hebrew, we worked Egypt. It's implied that it's we worked in Egypt. You all right? That's how Hebrew gets down. All right. So, if you're gonna say it along with me, I know it's a mouthful now. Let me see if I can section it off. Work, serve. All right. Tha is ed, past tense. Ed. Yum is s, plural. Means plural with the s. Nawa is we, or our. And then Matazarium is Egypt. All right. So, to use it in the sentence, this is a sentence now. It started from the root word work, ibad. So, ibad the yum nawa matazarium. Ibathayim Nawa, Matazarium. We worked in Egypt. We served in Egypt, in ancient Egypt. Okay? Matazarium is ancient Egypt. Okay? Not bondage Egypt, the word for bondage. Kind of means the same thing, but that's in the Greek. But the land is called Matazarium or Mizraim. All right. Ibathayim Nawa, Matazarium. So the Israelites say, Ibathayim Nawa, Matazarium. We worked in Egypt. Ibathayim Nawa. Ibathayim Nawa, Matazarium. All right. Ibathayim Nawa, Matazarium. Ibathayim Nawa, Matazarium. We worked in Egypt. We served in Egypt. All right. Ibathayim Nawa. Ibathayim Nawa. Matazarium. Ibathayim Nawa. Matazarium. All right. Got that down? That was a mouthful right there. Ibathayim Nawa. Ibathayim Nawa. Ibathayim Nawa. Matazarium. We served in Egypt. All right. That's a statement. Now, if I wanted to make it a question, I'd have to say it like a question. Ibathayim Nawa, Matazarium? Like, we served in Egypt? That's a question because of the voice. All right? Because of the inflection in the voice. All right? The high pitch at the end and the beginning. Ibathayim Nawa, Matazarium? That means we served in ancient Egypt? Or I say, Ibathayim Nawa, Matazarium. We served in ancient Egypt as more of a statement. All right? Ibathayim Nawa. Matazarium. All right. This next word is lawak. 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 It's tablet. Tablet. Lawak. Lawak. Tablet. All right. Tablet. Lawak. Spell that. La. Wa. And a ka. Lawak. La. Wa. Ka. Lawak. It's like easy to connect. Lawak. Now, as you know, we're going to put it in a sentence. Oh shit! I had a word before this. Salaki. Excuse me. Excuse the language. Oh shoot! There we go. It's a word before that. Okay. There's a word paquad that has multiple meanings, and it says officer, but I don't. Officer doesn't. It's not how you say officer paquad. Just a discrepancy in my notes here, because officer in the Hebrew is quatazayan. So office, keep promise. Officer, keep promise. Paquad means you keep the promise. Paquad. All right. So let's do this word first before we do tablet. Or let's put these words together. Let's put these words together because we put them in a sentence. Paquad. Paquad. Paquad is to keep or promise. Promise. To keep or promise. All right. So now we got these two words. Lawak, and Pequod. Lawak is tablet. What's the tablets? We used to write on clay tablets. That's why, man, I remember I was at a Walmart and a brother in the world. He wasn't no priest. He wasn't nothing. He was some dude. He was talking about ancient Egypt was the beginning of it all, and ancient Egypt is, and it was the first ones to write to write and wipe their ass, and ancient Egypt was the first and first, right? He kept saying that. A brother came out of nowhere. Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't expect it. You know what I mean? It's just a regular brother, a young brother listening to his headphones and music. He looked like he just gets high and stuff like that. Didn't look like he, do any type of sin or nothing. But that's how Israel is. Israel's smarter more than meets the eye. Israel be a lot more wiser than you think, or more studied than you think. So out of nowhere, because this brother, he was going off. Egypt is where it's at, where it started. Ain't nothing, they have nothing written down before ancient Egypt. And the brother came out of nowhere. What are you talking about, bro? In Samaria, they had the clay tablets. Cut him. Dude was cut like, huh? Everybody was like, huh? What the? You know what I mean? They didn't expect him to say anything like that. He said, what are you talking about? They had clay tablets. They had clay tablets in Samaria first, which they did. Samaria, they had clay tablets. Hammurabi's code, all of that, they was writing on tablets before they started writing on the parchments and on the walls. Well, they always wrote on the walls, but they also had clay tablets. Okay? So, that's how they would keep it. That's how they write their sentences. That was just a little sidebar story, man. Just working in a Walmart late night shift and just seeing something like that. You know what I mean? I'm a priest, I already know, but he wasn't worth getting. He wasn't worth talking. He wasn't talking about nothing. He wasn't worth getting into it with him and cutting them to shreds. The brother did it for him. Did it for me. You know what I'm saying? That was it. So let's use these two words in a sentence. All right. Easily, you just put the words together. There's multiple ways you can put together. Mainly, it's just Pequod Lawak. Pequod Lawak. Keep the promise, keep the tablets. Keep the promise, tablets. So, but this is when there might be a the. Let me see if I can put a the in between those two words. So, Pequod Lawak. All right. Pequod. Then you got Lawak. To keep or to promise, depending on how you use it. So a brother may say, apaquad. And he might say anya paquad. Anya means I. I promise. I will promise. So let me see. Let me double check that. Hold on. So it depends if using it past, present, or future, how you want to say it. So let's just say we're going to speak in the present tense. See if we're going to speak in the present tense. We may say let me get it. I got the future tense and the past tense. Okay. To just say I, you would just add a ah at the beginning of it. So you want to just say I promise, not like I promised or I will promise. Those are different words or different ways. You just want to say I promise. So you would put an I in front of Pequod. All right. I Pequod. I Pequod. I promise. Or I keep. Depending on what you're saying and how you're saying it. Saying I keep. You know what I mean? Or I promise. I keep. You know what I mean? I keep the tablets. So here, this right here, Apaquad Lawak, Apaquad Lawak is I keep tablet. I keep tablet. That's it. That's it. It's not with an S at tablets or nothing else. Because to make this tablets, multiple tablets, you yum at the end. Yum. Now it's Apaquad Lawakim. I keep tablets. I keep tablets. Basically saying I keep tablets. The is implied. Let me double check if I want to put a the. You can put the letters for, or the word for the, but it's not always necessary. You know what I mean? But a lot of times it's in, sometimes it's not. So if we do want to put the in there and put a ha at the beginning. So a ha. So if we want to, so this is now is went from keep tablet to I keep tablet to I keep tablets to I keep the tablets. You know what I mean? So let's say you keep tablets. But if you want to speak about one tablet, I keep the tablet, which one in question. But if you're just saying I keep tablet, like I basically saying I hold on to those things. I hold on to those things. What would be like today? A brother may say, I keep money. I keep money. Or if he's using for context, I promise money. Promise money. You know what I mean? You might hear a brother say that. I keep money. I stay with money. You know what I mean? But if he's using it for promise, like I promised money. Like I promised you the money. Or I promised the money. Then you would add your stuff to see what is he promising in the sentence. So right here, Apaquad Halawakia, which means I keep the tablets. I is I. Keep is Paquad. The is Ha. Tablets is Lawak or tablet. And back then, this tablet ain't talking about your iPhone, the iPhone Max Plus Pro or whatever, the big iPhone tablet. It's talking about some records, some tablets. They got written stuff on the tab on that, and then this makes it plural with an S. It makes it plural with an S. Tablets. So, Apaquad Halawakim. Apaquad Halawakim. Apaquad Halawakim. Apaquad Halawakim. Means I keep the tablets. I keep the tablets. You know what I mean? Which is talking about certain specific tablets. But if you're just talking about tablets in general, you would take that ha off and just say, I keep tablets. Who here has the tablets? Apaquad Lawakim. I keep tablets. You see what I'm saying? I keep tablets. And what's the tablets is like the records. Yeah, like the records. Oh shit, we're almost out of time. Damn, we are out of time. I love breaking down this Hebrew, boy. Let's see, we got my time. All right. Aquad Halawakim. I keep the tablets. Now, Now let's say if you now you're not saying you're using the same word pequod, but you're not trying to say I keep the tablets. You're trying to say it wouldn't be much difference if you're trying to say I promise to keep the tablets. It's a different. It ain't got another word for it, so I couldn't tell you what the difference. If you're trying to say I keep tablets or I promise to keep the tablets, it wouldn't really. It would just say I keep tablets. All right. Or I may say pequod at the end again, which is the promise. So I keep tablets. I promise. Using the same word pequod again because it has multiple meanings. So if you want to say that, I keep the tablets, I promise, you would say, I pequod, halawakim, I pequod. You say I pequod again. I pequod. This time you're using pequod in the other form, in the other sense that it means. It means promise. I promise. So you're using it in two different, you're using the same word, but you're using it two different ways depending on the context and how you're saying it. Okay, how you be saying it and what you're talking about. So it's the same with English. You got one word that means multiple things. Man, that's the bomb. Or get away, that's a bomb. You know what I mean? It's the same bomb, but using it two different ways. Oh man, she hot. Or man, it's hot. It's hot. Depending on the context and how you and what you're talking about, people know what you're saying. That's how it is in Hebrew, because we're Hebrews. So we speak Hebrew style. We're using just English words. So if you're trying to say, I keep the tablets, I promise. Or you might say, I will tablets, I promise. So let's say I will keep I will keep the tablets. So if you want to say I will, instead of just I keep. Because now you're talking about something in the future, what you will do, future tense. Now it's talking present tense, like you doing now. You keep the tablets now, you promise. But now you're going to promise to keep them. You will keep them. So, oh man, that's going to mess up the whole sentence. So if we was going to say that, we would say, Anya a pequod. Anya a pequod. Anya a pequod. So let's write it. Anya a pequod. Anya a pequod. I will keep. I will keep the tablets. I promise. So there you now you're saying Anya apaquad halawakim apaquad. Anya apaquad halawakim apaquad. All right, let me try to say it without looking. Anya apaquad halawakim apaquad. All right, that's what you hear. You hear Anya apaquad halawakim apaquad. I will keep the tablets. I promise you. You understand? I promise. Anya apaquad halawakim apaquad. I keep the tablets. I promise you. Promise you. All right. Woo! We went all the way deep in it. We was just going over some words, simple words like yes and no. We didn't got to whole damn sentences in Hebrew. All right. But that's what it is. And you get to keep studying, keep staying in the classes. We're gonna have class next Friday. All right. We're gonna go over similar things, get a little deeper into it. All right. For all you people, all you brothers and sisters, getting it in and learning. You know, it's good to learn because then in the Sabbath service tomorrow, we're going to read the Hebrew. and you can kind of start picking up. As long as you study in the classes, you start picking up on what words mean and the hows and the laws and where they're at. You can start putting together what's been said in the Hebrew from reading it. Okay? Because all you really need to know is what certain words mean, and then the hows and laws and shahs behind it, left the prefixes and suffixes, let you know the context. Like if somebody's saying it, he's saying it, she's saying it, thou saying it, will, after, it start coming together. All right? That's the Hebrew, man. They start coming together. I promise you. You know what I'm saying? I It'll come together. I All right? So, with that said, we're going to read the security announcements. Get ready to get up out of here. It was a great lesson, great class. Everybody was stuck in there, even though through the technical difficulties. We learned a lot. I know I learned a lot. I learned a lot by teaching it. So, it was a great class. It was Tawab. It was Tawab class. All right? Tawab wa akwathium. So, good brothers and sisters. All right? Or Tawab ibad akim wa akwathium. So, good work, brothers. Okay? Good work, brothers and sisters. ISUPK security announcements. We got an ISUPK started at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18 through 21, Malachi 3 through 8, means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashura. Okay? Pay it 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, we got the Feast of Purim coming up in January 25th and 26th, and Passover April 24th. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. Boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. With that being said, I majim, which means rise and face the east. Take my jacket off. If you're at home, you can pray in your room, bedrooms, in your privacy. You don't want to be praying in front of everybody in your family if they're not in the truth. Hold on. It's hot, hot, hot. Take this jacket off. Hold on. Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwatha, Taba, Ratazaka, Haya, Aisha, Baharaza, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayim, Nathanawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalaknawa, Kawabwatinawa, Kasalaknawa, Kawabwatinawa, Wala'a, Tabiyanawa, Banasawan, Abal, Awashai Nawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Akwat, Wa'ala, Watapara, La'awalamium, Aman. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Ha, the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Babakushah, Nathanawa, Hakak, Hakak, Larpa'a, Kamakala, Wakamarawa, Hakak, Latahar, Amatazarayim, Hakak, Lahaquium, Amathium, Hakak, Arakawav, Atama'ala, Lagarashan, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, the water of man. In English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out in the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you. So be it. Prayer for the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh, wa Yahweh Shai, wa Minaka Allah, wa Allahayim, wa Tazabiyah, Alawap Yahana, Ha Alawapium, Ha Saranyam, Ha Kwatazayanyam, Ha Kayayoyum, wa Akwathian, Yahweh, ba Hashem Yahweh Shai, the Waraman. In the English, bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai, and Michael, and the angels, commanding General Yahana, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you. So be it. The anointing prayer in the Hebrew. Yabaraka Yahweh, Wayashamaraka, Ya'ar Yahweh, Pan Yahweh, Al Wayakanka, Yasha'a, Yahweh, Pan Yahweh, Al Yaka, Wayashamlaka, Shalom, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Barak, Rapah, Magun, Hagun, all destroyed of Israel. Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Tuwaraman. What we said in English. Yahweh, bless thee and keep thee. Yahweh, make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Yahweh, lift up his countenance upon thee. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, bless, heal, shield, protect. Names of loved ones we just named. Curses in the English. Blessed art you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, listen to us now, right now. Send evils and curses and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the Edomites and the nations and their drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinhead, Posse Comitatus, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, space programs, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street. Open up the internet and the airways, the cable access channels, and the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plagues shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahweh Shai, Michael, and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Cause to be spread through the media throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you always. So be it. Powerful prayers. The man of Israel saw, he's turned to face the teacher. Man of Israel. Imagine, Imagine, Barak, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Barak. You say Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Barak Atah. You're saying, may the Lord bless you, and Most High in Christ bless you. Yazmatah, man of Israel, Mount Shabbat, Imagine, Barak, Yahweh Shamar Al-Atah, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Sisters, you're going to repeat, Yahweh Shamar Al-Atah, Al-Athan, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. So like, let me say that again. Shalom, so like, Yahweh Shamar Al-Athan, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Which what you said was, may the Lord watch over you in the name of Christ. Yazmatah, hands down. Class dismissed. Christ, stuck in prayers. Out, Mike.